Hey everyone, you're listening to Kinda Tempted.
I'm Kim-Mai,
And I'm Tanisha.
and today we're kind of tempted to expose Rack City Weekend. Let's go!
Ooh.
Okay, another title that y'all probably don't know what we're talking about. Well, if you're familiar with the song, I don't know what it's called, but I know it goes like this. Rack City bitch, Rack City bitch. That's how it goes. And so, Rack City Weekend it was my 21st weekend, 21st birthday celebration,
Yeah.
and I planned a weekend in Las Vegas. Whoop-de-doo,
Woo.
surprise in Las Vegas. And it we called it Rack City because it was a triple birthday. R for Roberto, love him. A for Andrew, amazing. And K for me, Kim-Mai, kind.
Wow.
I'm kind.
Kind.
So we
Nice.
called it, with our initials, we called it Rack City Weekend. And a lot of shit happened during that time. Some things, I don't want to remember. I do want to remember. I don't know, but we'll talk about it. But
Yeah,
before we do, I think we need to give a little bit of a backstory on our relationship with alcohol and parties,
absolutely.
because I feel like people may think that we're crazy, but I mean, we're not. We're not.
You probably think we're crazy if you don't know us. If you know us, you know that we are harmless pretty much.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's getting a little off topic. Crazy
Okay,
as in
okay.
like party
Okay.
crazy, right? But we're not. We're not. And I think
No.
Tanisha is going to be the best person to start this off with. So
Yeah,
go ahead,
dude.
girl.
Well, my relationship with alcohol, it's not complicated. I just feel like it's unusual. And for some reason, people have a hard time accepting my relationship with alcohol. So, first of all, if you guys know me, I don't drink. And I just, it's not something that has ever interested me. And I'm
Nope.
just like, not into it, you know? Like, I'll go out with you if you're drinking, but if drinking is the main event that we are attending, I'm probably not going to have a great time. So I'll probably
Yeah.
just sit that one out. Um, yeah. So alcohol and me, um, I did have interesting event happen. Okay. I mean,
Oh.
like, yeah. So my aunt, she, the way that I've always seen her is that she has like everything in her life together and she's very put together and she knows what's going on and she knows how to handle everything at all times. And there was a time where she was cooking all day long and she hadn't had water, she hadn't had food, anything at all.
Oh my
And
gosh.
she had a couple glasses of wine and she was sitting at the dining table and she was like peeling some vegetables and all of a sudden she started slurring her words and just like looking around but like not seeing anything,
What?
and then she threw up all over the table. And it
Like
was
that
just,
suddenly?
yeah, I was just like, okay, something's not right. And then she just throws up and like we are trying to like, get something to like pat on her forehead, like some
Oh my
like
God.
wet towel, and then like get her some water. And then for a while, she's just kind of like acting crazy, like abnormally, not like the aunt that I knew. And this happened to
Auntie.
me. I know, right? This happened to me when I was 12, I think. And
Oh my
after seeing that,
God.
I was just kind of like, okay, alcohol is probably not for me. Like I think it kind of scarred me. I'm not like, oh, I'm never ever ever going to drink alcohol, but I'm just kind of like I don't really want to be in a situation where people might see me like that.
Like you will stay above the influence.
Right. And then I don't want anyone else to think that I'm like, oh, I'm holier than thou, you know what I think? You know what I mean? Like
Holier.
that's
Holy.
holier with, holier. Okay, I hope
Okay,
you guys understand what I mean.
the more that y'all learn about Tanisha, you'll know that she not holy.
I'm not. We'll talk about that today too.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good time. Okay, you gotta stick
Yeah.
around until the end.
Yeah.
Um,
Anyways, go
but
ahead.
yeah, like just my decision of not drinking alcohol or not wanting to do it is not because, oh, I think I'm better than other people who do want to do that. I just don't want to do that. And for
Yeah.
the longest time, people would always be like, oh, but like, why don't you drink? And I'm just like, oh, I don't want
Oh
to.
my gosh.
And when I said I don't want to, apparently that was not enough for them. And they would just keep like picking at the question and being like, why, but why, but why? And I'm like, oh, is that not good enough for you?
Oh
I'm
my
sorry.
God. Who are you, my mother?
You know what? Yeah. So it was just so difficult for people to accept that and believe that that was my reason.
Yeah.
So if you listen to this podcast and you ask me, once is fine because you might have forgotten, but if you ask me and you keep picking at it, I'm just going to walk away, okay? Because you should know. You should know my reasoning,
This is
okay?
your fucking warning.
Last chance, okay? Last chance. I will walk
That's
away from
it.
you. I know that is like the most devastating thing that could ever happen to anybody.
Oh
Like me
gosh.
walking away from them, like it's over at
That's
that
it.
point. It's
Oh my
that's
God.
fucking it, okay? Yeah, but in all seriousness, like I just don't enjoy doing it. And yeah, so there's another thing too. Like, I don't enjoy feeling like I'm not in control of myself. I don't
Yeah.
enjoy feeling like I have forgotten something that I did, especially because my memory is horrendous already. So we don't need to be forgetting more things than I already do.
You don't need assisted forgetfulness.
We really just
You got that down.
I'm all good by myself, okay? I don't need alcohol. I don't need drugs. I can like be delirious on my own just from working out too damn hard on accident,
Oh my
okay? But that's
God.
all I need to do. Like I'm good, okay? So, yeah, that's my story about my relationship with alcohol.
That's that's a good one. I
We're
mean,
yeah.
yeah.
We're just here to get that explanation out of the way before y'all start asking me questions, okay?
Yeah, she really wanted to get that out there. She was sick and tired. She was sick and tired of explaining herself. This is the
Yeah,
last time.
freaking annoying, dude. Um but yeah, that's it. You know, everyone's different. So,
Yeah, for
what
sure.
about you, Kim-Mai?
My relationship with alcohol has been a little rocky. It's been a little tough. We've been on and off for a few years.
Wow. Does Brian know? My God.
You know, he wants us to get back together, but
Oh,
it's been a little
it's a
difficult.
little spicy up in that relationship.
Little
Okay.
spicy, a little bitter, things
Oh,
like that.
okay.
Um but okay, so on a serious, maybe not really serious note, but when I feel like I started exposing myself to more alcohol, well, steadily my family was pretty okay with it, and I have a lot of older siblings and cousins, so they were like kind of, beer before liquor, you'll never be sicker, but liquor before beer, you're in the clear. My cousin told me that when we were in Vietnam, and I have never forgotten that, and that was my mantra going into college. Like, I will only do like hard alcohol first and then beer after. Don't mix your darks and lights, shit like that. And you know what? That was a good rule to stick for with. And I went throughout my freshman year, sophomore year, not not puking often,
Mm.
but I did have my moments. But like when you're in college, you kind of like you party a lot because it's fun, your friends are doing it, and
Mm-hmm.
the all around like the taste of alcohol is the least of your worries. But now, being a little older, I'm not that old, but as old as I am currently, mentally and physically,
Oh. Uh-huh.
the taste of alcohol really, really affects me. And I actually enjoy having like a little bit of a buzz. I like dancing a lot. I
Yeah.
like drinking, but I need to be in an active environment. So before it was like, yeah, I was down to drink whenever. Now I'm like, I have specific, conditions. I need to make sure that I feel good, I'm
Right.
energized, and I'm in an environment where I can fucking dance and move around. Like some people do
Yes.
kickbacks and they can just sit down and talk and do that, and I would fall asleep, honestly. Like that's me. I would fall fucking asleep. I'd wake up and everyone is still there and I'm like, why am I still here?
Oh my God.
So I have a little bit more tolerance than Tanisha with alcohol. I still don't drink
Mm.
often at all. I really only drink during social situations, or
Yeah.
if we're like going to like the bar or clubbing or like pre-gaming, that kind of thing. But I'm not
Mm-hmm.
like crazy about it. I
Yeah.
kind of fall into peer pressure too. Like I get a little anxiety when I don't want to drink and someone's like, please drink. And I'm like, oh my God.
Peer pressure is real. Okay, don't let
Peer
anyone
pressure
tell you
is
it's
real.
not. Yeah.
No, don't let anyone peer pressure you.
No.
But if it happens, just be careful, I guess.
Yeah. Just make
Anyways,
sure you're looking out for yourself pretty
yeah,
much. Yeah.
exactly. That's
But
my relationship with alcohol.
yeah. I'm pretty much the same as you in the dancing aspect, Kim-Mai. Like
Hmm.
if I am going out to a club or a party, which is not very often, but I feel like I just made it sound like I do this all the time. I would prefer if there was dancing because I like to dance and like listen to the music and have a good time and hang out with my friends
Me too.
and just vibing with whatever is going on.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I like going out, of course, during this time we're in quarantine or it's not safe, but before I like going out and like going dancing and kind of enjoying the environment around me. Like some people really need the alcohol to get out of their shell. And for me, I'm definitely shy. So for it's not the alcohol that will get me out of my shell, it's me feeling more comfortable. So
Mm-hmm.
even with alcohol, I probably won't even like if I'm not with people I'm comfortable with, I probably still won't even be that active.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I can mention like a few times where I just wanted to dance and have a good time, but everybody was pretty low energy and people had maybe just started drinking alcohol, not gotten it into their system yet. So they're not excited to have a good time.
Yes.
And then I'm like, okay, I just gotta wait for people to get excited because I want to dance, but I'm not gonna be the first person on that dance floor. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel you.
So
Yes.
yes. I mean, I feel like that's why we are, when we go out together, it's a good time because we both want to dance. And like, I feel like
Yeah.
that's like the priority is to just
Yeah,
like
like
hang out and have
we're
fun. Yeah.
not we're not like, beating around the bush like, "Ooh, are you going to take a shot and then go crazy?" Like, no, we're just going to go crazy. That's it. Like we
Yeah.
don't need the liquor in our veins. Like that's
Yeah, dude.
okay. Not that that's a bad thing. Like if you need it, be safe about it. But yeah,
Right.
like as I mentioned in our first episode, I've been to like EDC, Coachella, all
Mm-hmm.
of it sober. You may not believe me, but all of it freaking sober. How did I
Yeah.
do it? I was young and in love.
Mm.
In love,
Wow.
yes.
Yes.
Yes. With Brian,
Yes.
not the event, I
Okay.
guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
We we had good company. That's what happened
Yeah,
there. Yeah.
like I was a little convinced by friends and stuff to go and I had a good time. Like I was able
Yeah.
to dance all night without any drop uh yeah, maybe some trickles of alcohol, but nothing else.
Mm-hmm. So even though I don't drink alcohol often. Like I don't partake in it often. Like I'll take little sips here and there. Like if my friends get a drink and they're like, "Oh, try this," like maybe I'll take a sip or something just to like see what it's like. Um, I do also have a story where I drank for the first time, like really
Ooh,
drank just to like figure out my limit,
your
my
tolerance.
tolerance for alcohol. And
Ooh.
like at the time I was like, this is a great idea. It's going to be like good. Like it's a learning experience. Then I can figure out like how I am. Because I haven't had a frequent relationship with alcohol, like I'm I want to say like I'm a novice to alcohol. Like I don't
Okay.
really know much about it. Like I don't 100% know how to take care of people like if they are drunk like or I don't have experience with like how certain alcohols like affect me, things like that. Like
Okay.
I don't know. Okay. Um but so my first experience was um I I had a boyfriend at the time of this story, and he was like, "Okay, like let's figure out your tolerance. Like I'll be here with you, and like we'll do this together." And I was like, "Okay, that's cool." Literally anybody who's ever drank alcohol like has more experience with alcohol than me, so I am happy that somebody was there and that like who kind of knew what they were doing and could
Show
like
you the
watch me.
ropes,
Yeah, like
Yeah.
make sure everything was okay while this was happening. Okay. Um so we were at my apartment and he brought like a couple different alcohols, okay? Like I think maybe yeah, just two, okay? And we were like, okay, we'll drink some and then we'll play like some games. I think we played some card games or something. Okay. And get out your face. She's like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, so he brought over some games and then he took out a cup, a mug, and then he poured the mug full. And he's like, I want you to drink this all like by the end of the night. And I looked at that and
Ew.
I was like, what the hell? Like, I really don't know if I can do that. Like, he wasn't going to force it on me or anything, but like,
Yeah.
that was just like, okay, here's like a definite amount. So like, we know like how much is going on.
Was that all you were drinking? Did you have any chasers or anything?
Yeah, we did. It wasn't
Okay, that's
just
good.
yeah, because like I don't like the taste of alcohol either. Like
No.
it's just like I took a first sip of whatever he had and I was like, this is the worst thing I've ever tasted in my
Yeah.
entire life. What the fuck is this? Um, but then I drank it and like I kind of drank it like not really enjoying the drinking part, but just trying to like figure out myself while doing it,
Yeah.
right? Like this is an experiment. This is a scientific experiment.
Oh,
Um,
right up your alley for sure.
yeah, actually, I hate research, but that's okay. Um, so, yeah, so I ended up drinking that whole mug of stuff, which was probably too
Wow.
fast. Okay. And I don't know if I was exactly hydrated, but what happened was like I got a headache. Okay. I felt really hot and I was sweaty and like I had a red face and I figured
Yep.
out for the first time that like I get splotchy, like unevenly
Ooh.
splotchy on my limbs and my
Oh, okay.
torso. Like I lifted up my shirt to look at my stomach and I was like, why do I look mottled? Like why why do I look like a checkerboard basically?
Oh
Okay.
my
I was like,
gosh.
what is going on? And just very like feeling cloudy. Okay. And
Yeah.
this is all happening to me for the first time. And I'm just like taking it in, like, this is wild. You know, like people do this all the time. I don't know. Uh, yeah. And I'm Asian. So, like, obviously, like, there's already a built in allergy there to
That
alcohol.
Asian glow going on.
Yeah, pretty much. It wasn't cute. It was not cute.
When
And
is it
then
ever?
also like I thought everything was hilarious. Like this boyfriend that I had at the time, like he would tell a lot of like dad jokes and usually I would just like glare at him like okay, whatever. Like that's not like my favorite type of humor. But then everything was super funny to me that night and I was like, "Oh my god, this is
Wow.
like so great, you know."
He must have loved that.
Yeah. You're welcome wherever you are, okay?
Yeah, I hope you're doing
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, I hope you're okay. Jeez.
Okay. He's gonna message you back and be like, I'm fine. Thank you for asking.
Yeah. And I'm gonna be like, what the fuck? As I forget about what I've said during this podcast. Yeah. So I've never really gotten to this point of alcohol before because, like I said, it was just sips at a time before
Yeah.
this. And so I eventually my headache was so bad that I was like, okay, I'm just going to sleep. That's all I want to do is lie down and sleep. And like I just want to like pass this headache so I don't have to deal with it anymore. Right. And then we were really dumb, or like I was really dumb because I was
Oh my
like,
God.
yeah, let's have sex. Like that is something fun that we could do right now. Let's go have a
So,
good old time in the bedroom, you know. And it
okay.
ended up being like the worst decision I've ever made cuz like I was totally like willing to do it. Like I was like ready to do it and I was like, "Oh, my headache will go away. It'll be fine." But it wasn't. And like I was just lying there with a pounding headache and like he was just going at it and I'm like, "Okay, that's
You
cool.
were like,
That's
you
cool."
were you really were like, let me just have sex and it will go away. Like
Yeah,
that is the magic,
that was my
that is a magic
mentality.
thing, the
For some
magic button.
reason, yes. Like so like it made so much sense to me at that
I'm
time.
speechless.
And I was like, "Okay, you go ahead and have fun, but like I cannot pick
You
my head up
got
off this bed anymore because like my head is pounding so hard that I just need
Oh
to
my
like lie
God.
down."
Many things pounding.
Many You're not wrong. She's not wrong. Okay. Many things. But then I woke up in the morning and I was like, I literally, like, first of all, I can't. remember sex, which is supposed to, like, the fun part about sex for me is like having an intimate moment with your partner and like being present in the moment, right? And then alcohol completely took that away from me. And I'm just like,
That
what the fuck?
bitch.
I know, that fucking bitch. She gave me a
That fucking
headache and
bitch.
then she was like, you don't need to like remember this time with your man. It's
Fucking
fine.
came out of nowhere.
You know, there are just euphemisms everywhere. Okay. Everywhere. Everywhere. Okay. Yeah.
Oh my
So
God, I'm dying. Let's just end the episode here. That's it, guys.
that's
See ya.
it. Thanks for tuning in. You're welcome. You know too much now. Yeah, so that's my story of my first time trying to find my limit with drinking, and I never want to do that again. I never want to take more than one sip of alcohol ever again, honestly.
You know what? And that's all Tanisha has been doing. Just one sip.
Just one sip, because when it's two sips, it's too much.
It's yeah, we'll
It's
get
too
there.
much. We'll
We'll
get
get
there.
there.
We'll explain that.
It's a memory.
It's yeah,
It's a trauma.
I made Kim-Mai cry basically.
Many tears.
Many tears.
Much confusion.
Oh my god. Yeah, so this relationship has been a roller coaster with alcohol for sure.
I thought you were talking about our relationship for a second, but like, yeah, alcohol for
Oh, our
sure.
relationship too. Like, I'm sorry for so many things and I'll never be able to apologize
No, that's okay.
enough.
We can talk about that like aside from the podcast
Okay.
or on it. We'll
All right.
see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. We'll just have a live therapy session and whatever happens, happens. So you guys can see it. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So, yeah. I mean,
Well,
what? Go
thanks
ahead.
for sharing that story.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah,
The wild one.
I'm sure everybody who heard it is like a better person now because I told that story. Yeah,
Well, now they
I'm sure.
know.
Very
They're like,
educational.
yeah, they're like, maybe I shouldn't have sex after drinking for the first time ever.
You know
That's
what?
maybe not a
Probably
good idea.
that's true. That we can pull some advice out of my story. You're
Yeah.
right. You're absolutely right.
Take what you guys want and use it well.
Yes. I can't
Oh
stop
my
thinking
God.
about euphemisms. I'm sorry. I need to just like calm down a
Stop.
little bit. Okay.
Oh my God, Tanisha, you're a little wild today.
Oh, they don't even know the half of it. Okay, we'll get there. We'll get there all in time.
My God. We'll see.
Okay, Kim-Mai,
Yeah.
do you so you don't really have like a first time drinking story, right?
No, not
No.
really, because like I mentioned, I had a lot of older cousins and
Mm-hmm.
siblings who kind of introduced it to me slowly and stuff. Um, I mean, I did test my like limits, but I was always very conscious when I was drinking. Like I knew that I was being like a little loosey goosey. Um, you know, nothing crazy about that, just a little loosey goosey, okay?
Yes,
Like
just lost
just
inhibitions a little
yeah,
bit. Yeah.
yeah, but like I still knew what I was doing and I wasn't like I knew like good from bad still. Like I don't think I've ever blacked out and like didn't remember anything.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Um so I just yeah, that was around it. I mean like, I've drank to the point where like I puked and okay, I have a story about like
Yes, tell
a
me the
trauma.
story. Tell
I
me.
have a trauma, another trauma. I have many traumas in
Oh
my
my
life and
gosh. Have we recovered from that trauma though?
you know what? I think this was the year that I started to recover from this specific trauma.
Okay.
And so I'm proud of myself.
Okay, let's hear it, Kim-Mai. I'm ready.
Okay. So when I had just graduated from high school. I was an intern and my group of interns, we were having like a low-key hotel kickback, right? And I met up with my friend and she and I were like, okay, let's eat before we drink and stuff. And she was more experienced than I with parties and stuff. So I was like, yeah, cool. So we had Chipotle. And if you all don't know, Chipotle gives a shit ton of food.
It's
And
true.
we got like a burrito bowl. I don't think I finished it all, but like I finished a good amount where I was still fucking full. And by
Oh
the
my
time we
god.
got to the hotel room, we like instantly started drinking and I was extremely, extremely full. And I just remember like drinking Sky vodka and I can't look at that anymore. I don't
Oh
want to think about it.
gosh.
Like I need that to be thrown into the sky and never come down, okay?
Wow.
Sky
Good job.
vodka? No. All right. Anyways, so we were like taking a lot of shots like right off the bat
Yeah.
and all of a sudden I was just like oh my God, I need to puke, you
Oh
know?
my
And
God.
I like ran to the bathroom. Unfortunately, I did not make it entirely into the toilet. I made it around the toilet, but that's fine. I was in the bathroom,
Okay.
you know?
Yeah, with
It was
like tile
tile.
floors. Oh, good.
Yeah.
See, yeah.
So, yeah, I just, I vomited and the whole time I tasted Chipotle.
Oh no.
I smelled Chipotle.
Oh
I
my
saw
gosh.
Chipotle.
Mm.
And I decided I did not want Chipotle ever again.
Ever.
Ever again. And I've tried, like, after that experience, I was never excited about Chipotle anymore, but I gave her a try. And
Mm.
I told her no thank you after a few bites. Um, but recently, and also so from that, I avoided Chipotle for like years, like many, many years. All of
Yes.
college, no Chipotle.
And now
Okay.
I know exactly why
Exactly
she
why,
never wants
yeah.
to get Chipotle.
But okay, a little bit of a plug. Cafe Rio, that's the shit.
Yeah.
Chipotle, no thank you.
Completely different, honestly.
It's so
Actually,
good.
yeah.
It's so fucking good. Anyways, but recently I've recovered kind of from that trauma because I went back into work in January and they were ordering lunch and it was fucking Chipotle. And they were buying lunch for us. And I was like, I do not want to be rude and say I don't want lunch. I don't want to explain why I don't want Chipotle because that's trauma in itself.
Let me tell you why I have this food aversion. Okay, are you
Yeah.
ready for
Are
my
you
messiest
ready?
moment?
Let me just tell my manager's manager why I cannot
Yes.
order Chipotle, okay?
They would give you a
No.
raise on the spot, honestly. I don't know.
But so I ordered Chipotle, and if y'all didn't know, this past year I became a pescatarian, so I didn't eat meat. I didn't order meat. And I ordered their sofritas, I think, and I was scared. I was like, am I going to starve today? Am I going to
Oh
eat?
my
And
god.
I ate. I got like a salad with sofritas and roasted veggies and it was okay. Like it wasn't that bad.
Okay, good.
Do I love Chipotle? I don't love
Mm.
Chipotle, but now I can handle Chipotle.
And that's what we call progress.
Yes. Yes. And
Amazing.
that's my story about
Oh my
puking,
god.
kind of testing my limits. I mean, after that, I think I was very conscious. I was like, fuck, I don't ever want to puke again.
Mm.
I mean, I did. I continued to puke, but not often. that's that's
All
what
right.
counts.
That's
Instead, I moved from puking to like crying. So now I'm a crier.
mm,
Yeah.
I see. Yeah. Damn, like I honestly I would feel like I would be a crier too. Like if I had more times where I would drink, I think that would definitely come out of me because I cry a lot normally.
Yeah.
So I feel like that would be amplified like tenfold
Oh, for
for
sure.
sure. Yeah.
I didn't
And
I
huh?
didn't know where the crying came from.
No?
It just switched. Like it used to be puking, now it's crying. I don't know what's
When did
next.
it switch though? I'm
I don't
interested.
know.
You don't
I have
know?
no idea.
My gosh. Honestly,
Maybe
like
some sort of trauma switched it on and off,
oh
but
my
I can't
gosh.
remember.
Literally triggered.
But whatever, I'm not mad. I mean, I'd rather cry than puke, to be honest.
Yeah. I would too. I hate puking. I think like being nauseous is the worst feeling on the planet, by the
Me
way.
too. Like, you know what? You puke and like your night is mostly over. You cry, you wipe those tears and you get back on
Mm-hmm.
that dance floor.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. So yeah, those are our really fantastic, really exciting intros
Yeah.
into
I
the
mean,
world of alcohol. Yeah.
do you have any other interesting story that you want to mention?
Dude, I mean, I feel like we should just move into parties because like I can tie a lot of that
That's
into
true.
parties. Yeah.
Let's go. Woo,
Okay.
woo, woo, woo.
Okay. I do feel like my first introduction, like with alcohol and partying, like that didn't happen until freshman year of college.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I feel like there were parties that we had like with the student organization that we were in. And then there were also parties that we went to, like the frat parties that were
Yeah.
hosted around school. Right.
Mhm.
So, do you have any frat party stories? You want to
I
talk about?
mean, I went to a few,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't say they were extremely memorable or anything. I went because a lot of people in my hall, they were like in frats and they like had invited me and I would go. But I think, I mean, it was definitely fun, but I think I had more memories when I was with like you or
Mm-hmm.
with kind of like closer friends and parties that were more controlled, not controlled, like more people that we knew there. Because
Yeah.
like going to frat parties, like everyone's a stranger and
Mm-hmm.
like that's cool and all, but like, yeah, that's it. I don't really know. They're just strangers, you know?
Yeah.
Um, and I definitely had a good time with people in my hall though, and I really missed them. And I think they showed me a lot of good times. But frat parties, I can't, they're not super memorable for me. How about you?
Wow, I have two stories. Do
Okay.
you want to hear them?
Of course I do.
Okay, so there's one party freshman year. Actually, I think okay, well this one is freshman year. I look back on these times and I'm just like, wow, like I was really, really vulnerable as a freshman. I was really, really fucking dumb as a
Oh
freshman.
yeah.
Like I did not care about my safety apparently. Like I thought I was caring about my safety,
Oh
but
my
really
God.
my actions showed that I did not give a fuck,
Didn't give a fuck. No.
honestly.
Yeah.
So okay, the first frat party that I went to, there were a couple girls in my dorm room hall, and they were like, "Oh, it's Halloween, like let's go to a frat party." And I was like, "Okay, let's go." You know, and like I just met these girls like 2 weeks ago or something. I don't know when school starts, a month ago. Yeah.
Wait,
So,
I have a question.
yes.
What did you go as?
I think I cuz I remember two of the girls' costumes clearly, and they were Winnie the Pooh and Piglet.
Okay.
I think I just had like some basic ass cat ears, and I was like,
I
this is just
fucking
gonna
knew
have to
it.
do. But like, it wasn't like, oh, this is like a real Halloween party, like dress up.
No,
I,
of course not. I just,
yeah,
for some reason, I knew you'd be a cat.
I mean, like, I feel like black is a safe color, so there's that.
Yeah. Okay, go
Yeah.
ahead. I
Okay.
just had to know. I had to confirm my
Just
suspicions.
picture me with some cat ears on, okay? I feel like I still have them somewhere. I just don't know where they are because yeah, we choose to forget some moments. Okay. Um, so we went to the party. We went downstairs. We went outside of our dorm, and they were like, "Oh yeah, this guy's gonna pick us up." And I was like, "Okay, okay." And then I get into this car. I do not know the stranger. I do not know the stranger of a man. Okay,
No.
and we all pile into the back of the car. I literally could have gotten kidnapped that night.
Yes.
Okay, I could have gotten murdered. You know, many scary possibilities. Okay, but
Yeah.
I got into the fucking car, and then he drove somewhere in Riverside. And you know what? Riverside is kind of sketchy in a lot of parts. Riverside is just, it's wild out there. Okay.
Yeah.
They drive us to a house in a cul-de-sac with like all of the street lights are off apparently in this cul-de-sac for some reason.
Oh my
And then
God.
he's just like,
Okay.
bye, have fun. And
Where is
like
he going?
I literally don't know how we're gonna get home, but like that I just didn't care at the time. I was like, this is cool, this is great, this is normal. Like, let's just go inside and like
Oh
have
my
a
God.
party. Okay. There was this one girl though that I feel like had more worldly experience than I did as a freshman at that time. Okay.
Worldly
And
experience.
she was just like kind of making sure that I was okay and like the other girls were okay and just like watching
Okay.
over us. Right. So there was some grinding at the party that I was involved in. Okay, we're not proud of that moment. Okay.
Okay.
There was also like this rocked my world, shattered my world, okay?
Oh.
At this time, not the grinding. Okay, we're not talking about that anymore. We are talking about something else. I walked past the laundry room, okay? Too many euphemisms. I walked past the laundry room in this house, okay? And the girl that I said was protective of me, like we were kind of holding hands and just making our way through the crowd, right?
Okay.
And I just look in the laundry room and like this guy passes like a little packet of powder to like this other guy and like exchanges like money. And I'm just like I'm so shocked. Like I'm just like I whisper to her, I'm like, did I just witness a drug deal? Like I literally like in the most innocent voice you can imagine right now. I was like, did that really happen? And she's like, yes, we're gonna walk very quickly to the other side of the house. And I was shocked because I was like, I literally did not know that these things like happened in real life, like just with people close to my age.
Oh
You know,
my
obviously as you get
gosh.
older, like that's going to be more common, but I was just kind of like, this is only something that happens in the movies and on TV shows, and this is not real. But then I saw that and I was like, wow.
This is real.
Yeah, I feel like I grew up just a little bit just then. Like something
My
happened.
God. Oh my goodness.
I don't know.
Okay.
That's just something that like shattered the what is it? The expectations that I had in my mind. So
Yeah. You know what? I've experienced that too.
yeah, so there's that frat party. Okay.
Okay, what's the second one?
Oh my God. So I don't think this was freshman year anymore, but I got asked to like a semi-formal, like a date party for a
Ooh,
frat. Okay.
she's
And
popular.
well, no, really not. But like, there's this guy that was in my hall, and he was a very nice person. Okay. We had been friends with benefits at the time, and I feel like maybe it was moving into like maybe we wanted to be in a relationship. Maybe nothing was ever spoken about that, but I was just like, this is like an okay person for me to be around for now, right?
Yeah.
So he asked me to go, and I was like, yeah, like I was like really shocked because I'm like, okay, you see all of these girls in sororities, and like I feel like frats usually ask like sorority girls out, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
like to go to these parties. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I am not in a sorority. I don't know what is going on. And the whole like fraternity sorority thing is like kind of mystical to me. I'm like, I don't know what really happens there.
Yeah.
And I blame media for that also. I blame TV shows and movies. Okay. But I
Hey.
was like really excited. I was like, this is gonna be so fun. And I thought it was gonna be like a little glamorous in my mind. They're like, yeah, we're gonna go to LA and we're just gonna have like a good time and hang out. And I'm like, wow, that sounds so fun. It was a letdown. Okay. It was a letdown. Like people drank, but like and everything, and like I did not know anybody at all. I
Oh,
remember introducing everybody in our car at the time to like Korean barbecue, and like for the first time, like, and also chopsticks for some of the girls. Okay, like they just did not know. And like I was like, look, this is something I actually know more about in the situation. Like let me capitalize on this and just like enjoy
wow.
that moment. Okay.
She's an expert.
Yes, I have been using chopsticks for a very long time. Very exciting. Um, yeah, so really the whole reason that I went, I was like, I'm just here to get some dick, basically. Because yo girl doesn't drink. Okay. That is just not like what is exciting for me to do. And I was like, oh, why not like just have like a good time? Because I was gonna go with this guy and like spend a whole weekend with him, and that had never happened before. So but then
Hey,
he got drunk, and then like that didn't happen either. So I just it
you
was
know
just like
what?
a letdown. Yeah.
That's yeah, because whenever well, most of the times when people drink, their
Most of
PP
the
don't work.
times. That's true. Very
Yeah.
true. Yeah. And I was just like, I was kind of sad. He's like, I thought maybe something was going to happen, but then he was like, oh, let's get ice cream. And I was like, okay,
Oh my
fine.
God. Okay,
That's
that's
not the
not
kind of dessert that I wanted, but like, if that's fine, let's go get some ice cream, okay, for you. And I'll
that
just
is
make sure
not
you're
why I
okay.
came out
That
here.
is not why I'm here. Okay. Um, yeah. So at the end of all of this, what happened was I spent one of those nights just being by myself in a corner. Everyone else was drinking, having a good time. And then the other girl that was in our car, she was like getting kind of paranoid. I think she like had something, okay, that made her
Okay.
paranoid. And she was like, I really want to go home. Like, I don't want to be here anymore. Like, let's just go. And I was like, okay, let me go collect everybody and then drive everybody through LA in a big SUV by myself, like home. And if you know me, your girl doesn't know how to drive very well, okay? She does not know how to drive very well at all.
And not in LA for sure. Oh
No,
my
LA is
God.
the absolute worst place for me to be driving an SUV full of people through, okay? But I got everyone home safely. Okay, you guys can clap now. I did a
You
great
really
job.
did that?
I did that.
Oh
I
my
was
God.
like
You
I was
fucking
like
wanted to go home.
I have 6 lives in this car, and like I nobody can die, okay? So
Damn,
did
Tanisha.
it.
Wow,
Fucking
when
did
she
it.
puts her mind to something, if she wants to go home, she's getting home. That's
Yeah.
what I learned from this.
I was I was tired. I got no
Yeah,
dick. I was like, I don't need to be here anymore. This is not my place to be anymore.
that's
And
sad.
went home. So yeah, those are my notable party stories that literally just they were a time.
They were a time.
They were a time.
Okay.
Yes.
I kind of wish I had some stories like that with frat parties, but I don't.
No,
And
you don't need them. You're not missing out. Don't
that's
worry.
okay. I mean, I have other experiences that, are similar. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like I don't know, there's just so much shit. Okay, when I say that, it's not like I go party a lot. I just have a lot of things on my mind right now after Tanisha told me that story. This is a time of contemplation and deep thoughts.
Yeah.
I'm just fucking kidding, guys. Let's move on.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. Well, I mean, that's pretty much it for the frat
Mm-hmm.
story, right, Tanisha?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's
that's
it. Just wrap that thing in a nice bow and throw it away or something.
yeah, there doesn't need to be any more than that. So
That's okay.
that's
It's
it.
recorded. You can relive it, rewatch it, re-listen to it
Oh, but am I
anytime
gonna
you want.
want to re-listen to this episode? I don't know. Maybe not. We'll
I don't know.
see.
I don't know. This might be a big one. We'll see.
Yeah.
Anyways, I mean, in college, the only other parties I went to were like our what is it? Our community service organization
Wow, doesn't that sound
parties.
great? Yeah.
Yeah, like they had some parties and they were pretty good parties. Um I went to a few of them, but then once I became an executive role
Mm.
leader, as
Wow.
once I landed an executive
Amazing.
position, I was like, I can't participate in this because it's against the rules and I'm a fucking stickler. So have
Yeah.
fun, guys.
Gotta be
And
responsible.
yeah, because oh my God, there's like, I feel like we can have a whole episode on that organization.
Mm.
There's a lot of drama. I just didn't want to be a part of it. And I was still a part of it. So that's fine. But those were the
Oh
only
my
parties. And then
gosh.
I would go to like Vegas and I'd have not I wouldn't have parties, but we would have parties over there and I would go to them with Brian and stuff and Vegas people parties. And I actually had a lot of fun at the Vegas parties because I felt like I could go there and I wasn't being judged by the people who were in our club. They were in another
Mm.
club. So it was like, okay,
That
we
makes
don't
sense.
really have to, yeah, we don't really have to think about work.
Yeah. Like a nice time to get away from all of that negativity for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, I only went to these parties. Okay, again, I don't drink. I don't know if that was clear. Okay. The 10 times that I've already mentioned it, but I don't drink. Okay. Um, I'm just going to dance, see friends, have a
Yeah,
good time.
honestly.
And also to make sure that everybody is fucking okay. Because I don't think I'd be able to live with myself if people were not okay. Because this is like our organization and like I did also have like a leadership position in this, and I was just like trying to keep my conscience clear at the same time. There was a lot of like, okay, I am one of the few people who have a car. Let me make sure everybody gets home safely.
Yeah.
And also, there was a lot of, okay, there was this one girl who, when she would drink, she would start stripping, like just taking off articles of clothing. And I would follow her around the house trying to preserve her dignity and keeping everything on her body.
Oh
Very
my
difficult, by the
God.
way. But yeah, I just felt like if that was me, I would want somebody to follow me around the house and also
And
do that for me.
yeah, make sure you
Yeah.
aren't showing your tatas everywhere or
Yeah.
something.
Um she was a slippery one, okay? Like she would disappear sometimes and I'd be like, where the fuck is she? I need to find her. Save her life, jeez.
You need to make sure her fucking clothes are on.
Literally, yeah. So,
Wow, I don't think I remember this. You need to tell me who this is after this
oh, once
podcast
I
is
tell you, I
over.
feel like everything will make sense. Maybe you guys know, and like I don't even have to explain it to you.
I probably do know. I just can't remember, but
Yeah.
that's okay. But I
Yeah,
mean,
so
no, what were you gonna say?
that was just what I would like to do when I went to these parties of our
Okay,
organization. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, those are the times that we partied like separately. What about the times we partied together?
Oh my gosh. Okay. So, well, we'll talk about Rack City for sure,
For sure.
but we've also gone clubbing a couple times
Yeah.
together. Yeah. Oh my god. So there was one time that Kim-Mai and I went clubbing with our friend Amanda. Hi,
Amanda,
Amanda.
here's your shout
Amanda,
out.
you're back again. You
Welcome
can't
back.
escape. Okay. So I feel like this is just a very short story.
Mhm.
So how did we get invited to go to this club? I feel like that's,
Yeah, I had a
yeah.
friend, I think like in college, there were clubs that would like sponsor or like organizations on campus that would sponsor like clubs or clubs would sponsor them like, oh, this night is VSA night or something, and that club would give a discount to people in that club. And so my friend was in an organization that was having that party club
Yeah.
host or whatever. And so she invited us to go. And I was like, Tanisha, Amanda, let's go. And so we went. And I think it was in like LA or something, probably.
Yeah. And we never really ended up meeting up with your friend, right? Because something
No.
happened, right?
Yeah. I think like her little got like too drunk and they weren't allowed in the club or something.
Jeez.
So we were just in there, but we had a pretty good time. Like I remembered, well, I remembered creepy guys.
They were creepy. And you know what? They were also not very attractive. Dare I say, ugly, even.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, but like it just, like, there, okay, I had a very fuck it mentality when I went with you guys that night. I was just like, I'm just gonna have a good time. Like, I'm not gonna be as self-conscious as I normally am. Like that, I told myself that's what was gonna happen. I'm just gonna dance and have a good
Yes.
time. And I remember like dancing with a few guys, and then the music stopped, and I turned around and I was like, the fuck? And I remember like sometimes I didn't even look at them, and I'd be like, Kim-Mai, like, what did they look like? And she's just like,
Oh, yeah, I
no,
remember.
no,
'Cause
don't, no.
oh my God, because I think I was probably like, I
Mm.
don't even, whenever I go out, I don't ever like dance with guys because I think most of my college time I was like with Brian.
Yeah.
Um, so I wasn't interested. But when we were at that club, it was like Amanda, I think she was also in a relationship at that time. So she didn't want to dance with anyone either, but like they
Mm.
would like come and like herd around us like we were fucking
Yeah,
sheep.
that's
And
true.
like Tanisha was the only one that was like open to it. So she
Yeah,
would like, she'd look at me and she'd be like, oh, like, how is it? And I'd be like, no,
it's
and
not.
and then
How is
and
it? It's not okay.
we'd slowly move to a different
Shimmy
area.
away, shimmy away.
Slowly until another group tried to attack,
Mm. Yeah, it was very like sheep in an open meadow. There are
Exactly.
wolves fucking everywhere, and you just gotta like try to survive. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what it
I
was.
mean, other than that though, it was fun. Like we had a great time dancing. I remember there was like confetti everywhere. I fucking took off my shoes, which I'm
Mm.
cringing about now. Like I can't believe I did that. Um, but that's fine. I had a good time and we didn't drink at all. So
No,
we had some sober fun and we drove back to Riverside.
Kim-Mai and I also went clubbing with some of her coworkers once,
Mhm.
and that was the best clubbing experience I've ever had in my life, just because like I remember having so much fun. Like I wasn't
Yeah.
worried about anything,
Hmm.
just having fun with my friend. And that's it.
Yeah, and also like what I really liked about my coworkers that I went with, I was really comfortable with like one specifically, and like no one pressured us to drink. They were like, "Oh, you don't want to
Yeah.
drink? That's cool."
Everyone
And
was
so
very
like
nice.
yeah, and we
Yeah.
just literally danced the whole time. And that's all I want. I just want to fucking dance and go crazy and um like that's it. And so we did do that and the music was really good. Um didn't you say like Mariah Carey like All I Want for Christmas Is You came on?
Yes, that was okay. I don't know why I've never thought of that. Like, but that is the most genius song you could put on in the club, like
Yeah.
ever. Like, I think it was almost the summer, pretty much Christmas in July. That's what was
Yeah,
happening.
I think
And
so.
everyone knew the words, and it was the most amazing thing I've
It
ever
was.
experienced.
I freaking loved it. And I think they were also playing like some like 90s too and like a little bit of hip hop, like old school hip hop. And
Yeah.
so like that's the music that I'm familiar with because
Uh-huh.
I'm not really updated with music, y'all, but if you throw anything that's like 90s, 2000s, like I'm there. I was there. And I love singing it. So, yeah, and it was just a good time. But also I also remembered that my friend, he like got a shot of something and he like brought it up to me and he was like, "Oh, try this." And I was like, "Okay." I took a sip and I like I was like, "Oh my God, this is so good, but what
Ugh.
is it? It's exotic. Like, what is it? He's like, guess. And I'm like, I can't for like the life of me, I can't guess what this exotic drink is. Like, this must be
Uh,
some new fruit or something. And so I was like, Tanisha, you need to try this. It's so good. I need you to help me indicate what fruit this is. And she took a sip. And what did
yeah.
you do, Tanisha?
Okay, so I tried it and I was like, you're right, Kim-Mai, this like it tastes so exotic, but like familiar at the same time. Like, but I just don't know
Yeah,
what it is. And
I
like
don't.
I kept guessing like random fruits. I'm like, is this apple flavored? Is this like pear or
Is it
something?
citrusy? Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
and we kept like asking your friend like, "Oh my gosh, what is it? Like this is so interesting." And like with the most serious face ever,
He was concerned.
he was
I think he was
it-
concerned.
he was very concerned, looking at us like we were fucking crazy. What fruit was it, Kimai? What fruit drink was it?
It was fucking pineapple. It was the most generic tropical fruit
Mm-hmm.
anyone can think of,
Yeah,
and we could not think of
it
it.
was so difficult to figure out. Like it was
We
that fruit.
smelled it, we tasted it, and we
Yeah,
could just pineapple, who is she? We just
yeah.
didn't know her. And again, we were not drunk. We were super duper sober.
That's why he was concerned because we
Yeah,
were so.
he was like, this bitch, like, am I drunk or are they drunk? Like he
Yeah.
didn't know. Like he was like, is it pineapple? No, it's
Oh my
pineapple, you know?
god. I think we
So
also were guessing like, oh, is this like a mix of fruits? Like, is this like
yeah.
apple and mango? Like, oh my gosh, what is
So
that?
stupid. We were literally
Fucking dumb.
extremely, extremely not intelligent at
No,
all at that moment.
no.
Pineapple.
Pineapple.
I can't believe it.
I was duped.
Yeah.
But this also makes me think of like, I don't know, during a few years ago, there were lots of videos on YouTube where people would like blind taste test things and like try to guess the flavor of them. And I remember watching a lot of those. And now I can understand why it was so difficult for those people to guess exactly what they were tasting. Because I did have a blind taste testing moment where I had no fucking idea what fruit flavor I was like tasting. Okay. I can understand
Yeah.
them now. I have empathy for those people now. Before I would be like, they're so fucking stupid, but now I'm stupid too. We can be stupid together.
Stupid. Yeah, and
Them.
when he said pineapple, we were just like, "Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Yes, that is pineapple. She is there. That is her." Like we instantly welcomed pineapple like
Oh
we
my
knew all along or
god.
something. We were so fucking dumb. Like we were so
He
dumb.
was he was so serious too. He was like
Yeah.
he was probably thinking you guys are fucking with me. Like you know
Yeah.
exactly what this is and you're just being an idiot like on purpose. But like
Exactly.
we literally had no
We
idea
had no
at
idea.
all.
We no.
But that was a good moment and I'm just gonna remember pineapple forever now because of
Yeah,
going there
because
with
we
you.
made one little mistake and we forgot pineapple.
That just we really didn't know what it was. That's the
No,
hilarious thing. Yeah.
that's it. That's the end. Pineapple was the answer.
All right, guys. So this episode was pretty long. So we decided to cut it into 2 episodes, a little shorter, a little sweeter than our previous episodes so far. But we feel like there's a lot of good and we want you guys to absorb all of it. So,
Yep, without having to do it all in one sitting.
right. So, you know what? You're welcome. And that's it for our episode today, guys. Thanks for listening.
Follow us on Instagram at kinda.tented, and we'll see y'all next time. Bye.
Bye.